Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help.
Welcome to another episode of Cooking in the Community Kitchen, where we cook delicious recipes and have flavorful conversations. I'm your host, Judy Anderson, and today we are sharing a love with my guest, Mariya Stokes. And today we are going to be making a wonderful winter comfort food, apple crisp. Well, good afternoon, and thank you, Mariya, so much for your time and your talent and being willing to share it with all of us at the Community Kitchen. I love the idea that you agreed to come and cook as long as you can have a taste sampler. So we promise you that, absolutely. And you've agreed to help me cook a little bit too, so this is good. Today we are going to do a recipe, winter comfort food, apple crisp. Who doesn't love the smell of when you come home and your house is filled with that lovely smell with the cinnamons and the apple? And I think you were going to share a special moment, you said, with your mom. When you used to come home from school, what was the first thing you would smell?
I would always smell baked bread because my mom actually made bread from scratch at home every single week. She was a stay-at-home mom, and when my brother and I went off to school, she found she had a little bit of extra time, and it was a really lovely treat, especially the fresh buns.
Oh, exactly. Well, who doesn't love fresh goodness? That's for sure. So anyway, we're going to get just right started. And so if you don't mind to peel those apples,
Absolutely.
I think I'm going to slice them up into this the big plate here. You know what? We have this little ongoing with our episodes that I tend to kind of cook big because I came from a small town and it was like you never knew how many people were going to come for dinner.
Absolutely.
And I think you can relate to that as well. So we're just going to go big or go home. And actually tonight, we've got volunteers coming in for our Good Food Box program. And we thought we would just make them a little nice hot treat as well. So that's what the plan is for today.
Amazing. Well, I've never made an apple crisp or an apple crumble, but I'm excited to learn how to today because it seems like it's pretty simple.
It is pretty simple. And you know what? We choose all of the recipes that go into the Good Food Box for that, just their simplicity, because a lot of our recipients of the Good Food Box actually don't have access to the internet, or sometimes that's
right.
difficult. So I tried just to put in a real simple recipe, simple ingredients, things that they would have already at home and not have to go out and purchase anything that is extra special.
That's awesome.
So that's what we do. And of course then the apples are part of the Good Food Box.
Oh, that's so lovely. And yeah, and it's nice to have comfort food recipes that you can make just at home for yourself or share with loved ones, or as long as it's simple and easy. And how did I do on this apple?
Oh, really, really fine job.
Do I need to cut the top and the bottom off, or do we just leave it the way it is?
No, if you want to cut it in half is great, and then we'll just...
this way?
That way
Awesome.
is absolutely perfect. Thank you.
You can tell I haven't spent a lot of time cutting apples.
That's okay. I'm totally, you know what, if I could sing like you, I wouldn't be here chopping apples, so
goodness.
It's all good.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think I need to watch some more of these episodes because I need simple recipes that I can make that are easy at home. My roommate actually is a really, really wonderful cook.
Oh, well.
And she bakes a really simple sugar cookie recipe every single holiday that her mom taught her, which is great. And so I'm always enlisted to help ice the cookies, but I'm never asked to help make them, and I'm not really sure why.
I don't know. Go figure, right? So did you start to sing just as a real young child?
Yeah, I did. Music was always kind of around when I was growing up. My dad actually was a drummer and had a family band. And my mom also says that I started to sing before I could talk, which I think a lot of artists do. You know what I mean? A lot of musicians start, communicating with whatever their art form is, whether that's drawing or sculpting with Play-Doh or singing along to the radio. Totally.
Well, we'll get right back to the rest of the recipe in a minute. But first, I want to quickly share something with you. Here in Alberta, 1 in 10 families struggle with food insecurity. That means 10% of our population has to make the hard decision between whether to pay rent or buy groceries. No one should have to make that choice or wonder where their next meal is going to come from. The Community Kitchen started the Good Food Box program 20 plus years ago, and for as little as $25, anyone can purchase a 20 to 25 pound box of fresh fruits and vegetables for their family. The savings that we are able to provide thanks to our produce partners is about 50% of the price you would pay at the grocery store. But unfortunately, sometimes that still isn't enough. If you would like to make a donation and gift a Good Food Box to a family in need, visit the link in the description below and make a donation today. Help us please make sure that all Albertans don't have to make that choice between paying their rent or buying groceries. If you would like to learn more about how you can purchase a Good Food Box for yourself or someone you know, there's also a link for the Good Food Box program in the description below. On behalf of everyone at the Community Kitchen, thank you in advance for your generosity. Now, let's get back to the show. Well, I did have you pegged as an artist because when I checked your website, I was thrilled with the beautiful drawings and the sketches.
Absolutely.
And, what a beautiful way to showcase your songs.
Hey, thank you. Yeah, we just did a lyric video for my last single, Rebound, and I had my friend Juliana Lane, who's actually a graphic designer, and her company is called Not Your Designer, and she built these beautiful, beautiful drawings to tell the story of Rebound, which was the last song that I recorded and released.
Well, we will definitely be sharing the link so that our viewers can go and check it out because it's just a beautiful masterpiece, not only just the singing, but just the drawing talent as well.
Hey, thank you so much.
So it just, and a real shout out to Julianne then as well.
Yeah, of course. What would you like me to do with these apples now that they're all chopped up?
Well, you know what? I'm going to let you just I could actually go get another knife and you can help me.
I have a knife here.
Okay, yeah. Then absolutely.
So
let's share them and just chop them up.
Amazing. So cut them into quarters and then quarter
them.
And
then just slice them up.
And now the viewers are going to get a real treat watching me try to cut this apple without cutting myself.
Well, I think we have a first aid kit somewhere on hand.
Awesome.
So we've got it all covered one way or the other.
Perfect. That's wonderful. So yeah, tell me more about the Good Food Boxes that you guys are working on this year.
Well, the kitchen has actually been around for over 25 years, and the Good Food Box program has been being offered over 20. And so what's great is that we have 120 depots that are spread out over the city, as well as we've got depots in Canmore and down in Okotoks, out in Strathmore. And this gives easy access so that everybody can access a Good Food Box. And I think a lot of people don't really realize that is what we do, that we have such a broad base. Our Good Food Box sales are actually up over 62% over last year. And
wow.
It's just, I think, awareness, and then just that wonderful thing that people don't have to go to the grocery store and shop as well, right?
Yeah, especially right now when there are a lot of people that don't want to go to the grocery store and feel unsafe there.
That's right.
That's really great to have that service.
Okay, no, so exactly. So I just sprinkled just a little tiny bit of sugar on the top.
Yep.
And because I probably have a sweet tooth, so I like things a little sweeter.
Awesome.
And then I'm going to just put a little bit of cinnamon on the top, as well as then we're going to put it into our topping, the crumble part.
Amazing. And how many apples did we do in total for this big pan here?
I think we did either 8 or 9.
Awesome.
So thank you very much. You did just a super job.
I'm sure the viewers at home will disagree.
No, there's no judgment here. There's no judgment.
Awesome. Yeah, if I can make anybody else at home feel better about their apple cutting skills, then that's really why I'm here. So.
Well, and that's what it is all about, right? Is just doing things that make us feel good, that we can share. There used to be a saying about that we would cook for the people we love.
I love that.
And then take the rest of them out to the restaurant. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to just share the love, cook for them. You can see I'm making a little bit of a mess.
That's
but
part of the fun.
It's all good. What I like about this recipe too is it's very simple.
Definitely.
It is 3 cups, 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup, 3/4 of a cup. And even though we're doubling it, it's something simple to remember. And we don't, there's enough complex things in life that we don't need to make cooking complex as well.
Definitely. So there's 3/4 of a cup of butter, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, and then 3/4 of a cup of oatmeal. Is that right?
We've got actually a
Double.
cup and a half. Yep, cup and a half of oatmeal.
Awesome.
And a cup and a half of the brown sugar. And then you know what? I'm going to get you just to add, please, if you will, a half of a teaspoon of the nutmeg, and then 1, please, of the cinnamon.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's great. It's super simple and easy, and I also it's handy because I think too, if I didn't have teaspoons at home, if I could use any kind of cup,
I think you could too,
kind of
and you
figure
could
it
just
out.
kind of wing it.
Yeah, and portion it out because all of the portions of the big things that we're putting in, like the butter and the flour, are the same. And also, I feel like it'd be pretty hard to mess up an apple crumble.
Absolutely. And you know what? I have been known to kind of get in here with my hands, but because we're doing this on film, I think I will not. I will try to use the pastry blender here and just see what we can do.
Awesome.
So we're just gonna make some crumbs. I did use gluten-free flour as well as gluten-free oats.
Oh, perfect.
And
I didn't even know you could get gluten-free oats.
Oats, you certainly
interesting.
can. And I don't think you really give up anything with the flavor of this by eating or by choosing the gluten-free option. And I think then we're being really inclusive exactly of our guests. We don't want to make anybody not be able to eat this because
it's apple
of a
crumble.
sensitivity.
And everybody's going to want some.
Everybody should want some, right? Exactly.
That's wonderful. Can I do something with these apple peels and get them out of the way here?
Oh, you certainly can. I've got a composting bag on the side here.
Perfect.
It's wonderful.
That's awesome. Wicked.
Well, and I like this kind of a working out with.
Do you want me to take over for a second? You let me know.
Oh, no, I'm good. I'll get my steps in here and I'll work out at the same time, so we'll all be good.
That's amazing. Yeah, my mom actually, when she was making bread from home, she used my. It just reminded me because you're kind of kneading it. She never used a bread maker. She always did it by hand. But it was funny because she had to kind of corner my grandma and actually write down the recipe for the bread because it was kind of similar to this, where she just didn't even use a recipe. She just had it all in her head, which is kind of cool.
And it was all about when the dough felt right, that you
100%.
didn't add any more flour or whatever. And I'm not that creative, so it's important to me to be able to follow the recipe a little bit.
Absolutely.
And I think we've just about got it there.
That looks great.
I might have to give in and just use my hands just so that it does have that feel.
Awesome.
Because I want them to be nice and
so what
nice
does kneading
and
this and mixing it all together do for the recipe?
You know what? I think it's just going to make sure that the butter and the sugar, the oats and the flour just all have a nice blend together. And then I think, we do want it to look crumbly on the top. We don't want it just to look flat because it's all about the lovely textures. We've used Honey Crisp apples as well as Granny Smith's apples in the crisp today too. And I think both of those apples give it a beautiful firm texture. But it's, you can use whatever you want. Or if you have a special apple, that's not a problem either. And we do shout out to H&W Produce because they donated the apples for us today. That's really nice.
And where are they located?
They're just up on 32nd Avenue. They're both wholesale and retail.
That's amazing.
And so they are, like I say, one of our people that we purchased through for the Good Food Box. And they've just been so supportive of what we're trying to do here to get the word out. So I'm just going to kind of dump this on the top, and I don't think it needs to look too pretty or too organized.
Totally.
I think it just is what it is. Oh, we got to get the last of that butter in there for sure.
That's awesome.
And then there we go.
Oh my gosh. Is that it? Is there anything else we need to do?
That's it. No.
Wow, that's so simple. I can actually make this at home.
You can, absolutely.
That's lovely.
All right. So I think we're going to just pop that in the oven.
Perfect. And did we preheat it already?
It is. The oven is
Awesome.
preheated at 350, and this will take about 35 to 40 minutes.
Perfect.
And so I think we're going to do that, and then we're going to come back and have a little taste. How does that sound?
That's why I'm here.
All right. That's my girl. Well, we want to give a big shout out to Splurge Flowers and Gifts for their donation of this amazing heart bouquet. We want everyone to support local, and we couldn't do it without our local business. Thank you again. Well, I must say it smells pretty good. That's probably the magic of videoing when we put in a red pan into the oven and come back with a clear one. But
and a smaller pan.
And
I'm a little sad about that, I'll be honest.
Well, maybe we can do some leftovers or takeouts. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to plate it up. So we got these great little heart-shaped dishes.
Those are so cute.
And what about if you want to hold this?
Great.
I would just love to serve you.
That would be great.
And is that about how much you would like?
Yeah, that's more than enough. Thank you.
And then what about a little bit of ice cream?
That sounds lovely. Oh my goodness. And it's just melted just right.
And then my neighbor and friend makes this amazing caramel sauce. So we're going to give Angie a shout out for her caramel sauce.
Wonderful.
I think that will be just what
That'll
we need.
be
There we go.
Amazing. Well, I'll put this down and I'll help you plate the second one as well.
All right, that'd be great.
Maybe I'll just hold it in my hand
Yeah,
so
it's
I don't
probably easier.
knock it over.
It goes for a ride.
Perfect.
Well, I think we've got nice texture. It smells really good. There isn't anything like being able to serve it while it's warm.
Absolutely. Especially with ice cream and caramel sauce.
Exactly.
And also in a super cute little heart-shaped bowl. That's really, really, really awesome.
Well, we just want to be able to share the love with our viewers and to each other.
That's wonderful.
Well, I think we'll just lift our plates and we'll just toast.
Perfect. Would you like your napkin as well?
Sorry, I would.
Just so you don't,
I would. To comfort food and friendship and beautiful songs. Thank you so very, very much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me here today, Judy.
You are
super
so
appreciate
welcome.
It.
You are so welcome.
I learned a lot. a lot. I've never, like I said, made a dessert like this, and it seems a lot easier than I thought.
Perfect. So while we have a couple little tastes here, would you like to just share with me and the viewers about your time at working with the Women's Centre of Calgary, please?
Yeah, absolutely. I was an artist in residence for 2020 with the Women's Centre of Calgary, which was really, really cool. So basically what that meant was I went in and taught a couple workshops and spent some time there specifically with Girls Lead YYC, which is a group of young women that are still in high school, and they do different kinds of workshops and discussions, and they brought me in to teach a songwriting class.
Oh, okay.
Which was amazing because songwriting for me, it's my profession and it's what I do, but it's also a really therapeutic tool. It's a really great way to process emotions and experiences that you've had in your life privately, whether you want to share those songs out with people or just write them for yourself.
Okay.
And so we ended up writing a song actually just about how powerful women and girls are. And that was really cool. So yeah, so we did that, and then I did a couple fundraisers actually called Live Band Karaoke for the Women's Center as well. So a couple of their really huge values that they built their community on are trust-based practice, which is funny because it's actually very similar to here.
Okay.
You don't have to prove income or anything. You just show up and state need, and you can, go to free yoga classes, or they also have a food program, which is amazing, and jackets. Anyway, so trust-based practice and supporting each other. And so we just thought it would be really fun to put on an event where we could kind of take those values and bring singers on stage who've never sang with a band before to sing with my band, which was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So I spent some time there last year.
And I think, we don't want to always tout our own horn, but in 2019 to be the Alberta Country Music's Artist of the Year. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Thank you.
I was awarded Female Artist of the Year from Country Music Alberta, which was pretty wild. That was pretty crazy. But again, it's all about community, and that association is a giant community of country artists and industry and musicians from this part of the country, and I'm really, really thankful to be honored with that award.
Well, I think your whole life has been really about sharing the love, and we're just again very honored that you would come and share your time and your love and your talent with us at the Community Kitchen.
Absolutely.
So we can't wait to hear you sing.
Well, thank you so much, and I'm really glad to be here,
I think we better
Judy.
have a couple little bites here.
It's
getting
yet.
melted,
no.
so
that's perfect
no good
for me. I'm going to get too big of a bite, and I'm going to embarrass myself.
That's okay. That's why we have napkins. And that's why we could use our apron too if need be.
I love it. That is so good.
That's pretty tasty, isn't it?
And you said your neighbor made this caramel sauce?
She did.
Does she sell it anywhere, or is it just for friends and family?
I'd have to say I'm not sure, but I can certainly ask her, and I will see if I can't connect you up with a jar of caramel sauce.
That would be amazing. That's awesome.
Well, then let's just take a moment and let's hear you sing.
Okay, let's do it. I'm ready.
All right.
Awesome.
Leather jacket, leaning on the bar with your slick back hair. Probably play guitar like your whiskey neat and your Marlboro Red. James Dean, back from the dead. Well, you're trouble, and I wanna know more. You're something I haven't had before. I'm catching vibes, baby. I can see that you're wild. By your sideways smile, break my heart, baby. I dare you to try and break my heart, baby. Oh, 'cause I know what I want. So come on and do your worst tonight. I said, break my heart, baby. I wanna be on your body like that pin-up tattoo. You're not the kind of guy that I'm used to, but I could be a Bonnie and you could be Clyde. Take me to your Harley and let's ride. Well, I want you, but I'm not your honey. I'll give you a run for your money. Baby, you're bad news and I should probably beware, but I don't care. Break my heart, baby. I dare you to try and break my heart, baby. Oh, 'cause I know what I want. So come on and do your worst tonight. I said, break my heart, baby. You're bad, bold, beautiful, baby. That's what I like. Dangerous, devilish, and the smoothest joint. So you can break my heart. Break my heart, baby. I dare you to try and break my heart, baby. Oh, 'cause I know what I want. So come on and do your worst tonight. I said, break my heart, baby.
That one's called Break My Heart. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'm so grateful to be here today.
Hello, my name is Sunday Nordine. I'm the CEO of Community Kitchens. I'd like to thank you for tuning into this episode. If you would like more information or would like to give a donation, you could go to ckpcalgary.ca.